Okay, I'm going to present here on what I like to call data for learning. Now, going back to my previous video, this is a transition matrix based on a pivot table in Excel for a cohort level of data. So I can just whiz through and show you that transition matrix for 182 odd students. Okay, so let me go back to my transition matrix. Now, this is particularly powerful. As I showed before, as a curriculum team leader, I might be interested in who are my 4B students who are currently on a D, and I can double click on those and I can actually drill down and see the student level data. On the class teacher level, this is where I think it starts getting particularly powerful, that I might be interested in who are my set 4 students. So I click this select multiple item box, and then when I select set 4, you can see immediately that I've just got the data on who are the students in set 4, so their transition matrix, and I'll just adjust the column widths just so it's a little bit more equal. Okay, now this is really powerful on the class teacher level. So just pretend I'm teaching set 4. I can see who are my 4A students who are on a D, double click on that cell, and I can see that I would need to intervene with students 92, 36 and 28, which will certainly inform my planning for classwork, homework, etc. Now, how might I capture all this analysis? What I've done is put together what I've called class level data analysis and student level intervention summary. So again, if I'm perhaps teaching a set 4 class, I can say, well, my data analysis year 11 set 4, obviously mathematics, who am I? And this is based on recent year 11 mock exam. Now I can quite easily calculate the key headline measures, AA star, A star to C, A star to G, but what I'm really interested in is the 3 levels of progress measure, 4 levels of progress measure, who's making those levels of progress, and more importantly, who isn't. Now what I've done here is I've put a blank transition matrix which I could just fill the numbers in if I wanted to. That would be pretty straightforward. To save me a job, what I could do though is if I go back to my Excel sheet, this is for set 4, if I highlight them all, if I just highlight that grid, if I do Control C for copy, and I go back to my Word document, I could then just delete that, and I could then, if I just go back up, create the necessary space. If I do Control and the V key, you can see without doing any kind of manual copying, it actually drops the transition matrix for my class in. What I've then done is identify what I'm calling priority intervention groups, and I've listed these in order. So my priority 1 is students who are key stage 2 equal 4 but not getting a C, priority 2 key stage 5 but not getting a B, and key stage 2 5 not getting an A, and then priority 4 key stage 2 3 not getting a D, key stage 2 not getting an E. And I've kind of done those in what I think are the priority order 1 to 5, and I can list the very simply I can list the students' names in there kind of based on the work that I showed on the Excel sheet, which is pretty straightforward. So even on this page, in terms of data for learning, I've got my headline measures, I've got my transition matrix, I know who the students are in my priority intervention group, and then I can get down to some real planning. So if I go on to the next page of my document, I can list the kind of class level interventions that I'm going to carry out, so things I can do with every student, and then there's obviously going to be student level intervention, so I can list the student names down there. So if I just put a couple in just to start with, I can write down what priority intervention group they are, whether they're pupil premium students as a key intervention group, the notes on the interventions I'm going to carry out. So student 36 might be a homework issue, so it might be that phone call to parents with regards to missing homeworks, etc., or whatever the intervention is that needs to take place. In terms of final things I want to do, I'm probably going to want to update it on a half-termly basis. I'm going to want to review it with my head of department or curriculum team leader and sign it off. So I hope in terms of using a sheet like this, it kind of gives a really, really good summary of the key metrics, the headline measures,